are geared towards keeping administrative costs as low as is practicable, maximizing investment returns, and improving the quality of client-oriented services being offered by various institutions that administer the schemes. Let me digress a little bit here. PENCOM, and I want to thank the Director General. But before the Director General, I want to take a step back and let us remind ourselves how we got to where we are. When our administration came in 1999, one of the major problems that we had to face is the problem of pension, which is pay as you go. In the civil service, we had a lot of unpaid pension. That was a problem. But that, with two other issues, or three other issues, pushed me to have to think and to move in the direction we moved. One was the soldiers who are on pension going on rampage. And of course, these were boys with whom I worked. I fought the Civil War with. Some of them lost parts of their body. And for them not to have their pension when it was due, it became a real problem for me. And I thought not to do anything about it would be really heartless. Then one day at my table, I got a letter from one of the university professors that I used to know, even when I was in school, Professor Yenuga. He wrote me and said for 3 months he had not got his pension. Then, of course, our man, who was then in charge of privatization, wrote me a memo and giving me the situation in the public parastatals. And that man is here, is again El-Rufai, the Torma. No, I won't ask you to stand up. You can see it doesn't make a difference. Now, I had to think hard. What do we do? And then we formed a committee, and Fola Adeola led the committee, and we ordered them to go around the world and give us the solution. And that's why I said, if the World Pension Summit had been in existence, maybe we would have just gone to them and they would have given us a blueprint. But our committee went around the world and came up with what we have now put in place. I am particularly happy that what we put in place about 10 years or so ago has now become so successful that we have well over 7 million. Well over 7 million people, employees, captured in the from the public, from both the public and the private sector. And as we have heard, almost 6 trillion naira in pension assets. Now, I understand that the salaried people that have been captured are less than 20 million people who are estimated to be on salary. So part of the innovation, part of the issue that I hope you'll be discussing in the next 2 days is how do we capture more of the salaried people within the pension scheme. I like innovation, and I like what you are talking about in the next 2 days. Pension, innovation, and sustainability. But I will add 2 things. Your innovation must be with caution. Now, when people have to work all their days of their life that they were strong and they make contribution for their future, now we cannot be too adventurous with so-called innovation. Because when they need the money must be there. Now, one of the things that makes me very happy about the pension scheme is that in the last 5 years or so, when almost anything goes about public fund, now pension fund remain sacrosanct. I believe that is something we must preserve, no matter what we do. We must, therefore, yes, bring about innovation, yes, bring about sustainability, but our innovation must be with caution, and our sustainability and innovation must be with security, so that anytime people, and one of the founders talk about trust, we must never reduce trust or eliminate trust from the pension fund. People must have trust that when they require money in their old age, in their retirement, on the money that they have contributed, the money will be there. And the second point is how do we capture the self-employed? And the self-employed is very, very important. We will continue to have more of them, especially now that we have the recession, and there will be more people that will go into either self-employment and all that. We must be able to capture them. They must be able to save for a rainy day. I remember when I was in government and when I said to particularly the governors, please, let's save for a rainy day. They say, no, the rains have come, so we don't have to. But there was no rain that time. Now that the rain has surely come, then there is nothing that we can, cushion us. The other point that I will want to emphasize, and I hope you will deliberate on this, we have a very strong law or regulation for the pension fund. While you are innovating, don't dilute that law too much. And we must also find a way of using the pension fund to help our development, particularly infrastructural development. Now, there are examples that we can take in the world. For instance, housing. Singapore is a good example, where they have used their pension fund to make sure that there's no Singaporean that does not have a house. A house does not even not have, but own a house. I say there's no reason why we cannot go along that way here. Then infrastructure of road, particularly toll roads, there's no reason why this cannot be one of the things that we will embark upon. I will challenge you that for the next 2 days, please think innovatively, think out of box, but think with caution. And I wish you happy deliberation. Let me crave your indulgence, because while I'm here, I am also being expected somewhere in Ogun State to address the commissioners of finance who are meeting right now in Ogun State. So you will excuse me to quietly leave you and wish you happy deliberation. Thank you very much.
He might want to leave us quietly, but a round of applause should be very loud. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. When I see him and what he stands for, passion for other people, I just realized there are only 3 keys to abundant living which he exhibits: caring more about other people, daring for nation and continent, and sharing his intellect and knowledge. Thank you very much one more time, Your Excellency.